Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into the Bible Podcast 101. I'm Tommy as always. Today I'm in Exodus 21 and I just wanted to make a quick comment on some things. So a lot of times when we look at the Bible, there are certain things that upset people, make people angry. They read the book and say, this book is written thousands and thousands of years ago. Why would we still listen to it today? It talks about like hateful things like slaves. They had slaves back then. That's not right. Well, I'm here to maybe give some context on that. So in Exodus 21, it talks about the fair treatment of slaves. And it says, these are the regulations you must present to Israel. Here Moses is talking about first 5 books of the Bible written by Moses is like basically talking about what God wants for the Hebrew people, for his people of Israel. And he says, if you buy a Hebrew slave, he may serve no more than 6 years. Set him free in the 7th year. In biblical significance, 7 means completeness, but that's a different story for a different time. And when you set him free in the 7th year, he will owe you nothing for his freedom. If he was single when he became your slave, he shall leave single. But if he was married before he became a slave, then his wife must be freed with him. And it goes on and on to talk about all these rules for his slaves. And if he were to stay or if he has kids, like do the kids become slaves, all this stuff, right? But in Hebrew culture at the time, slaves were not like the slaves you think of today, okay? Or at least, during America's years of slavery. Hebrew culture slaves were more like indentured servants that were there to pay off debt, and there were specific biblical laws that protected them. So it'd be like if you or I had student loan debt, instead of paying off that debt with like actual money, we would be an indentured servant to, let's say you have student loan debt at Sacramento State and you don't have the money to pay it off. And Sacramento State's like, hey, you're going to work for us for 5 years. We're not going to pay you. But at the end of that 5 years, your student loan debt is paid off. That's basically what it was like in Hebrew culture. And then there was all these rules to protect these slaves so that they're not, mistreated. So when it talks about slavery in the Bible, pertaining to like the Hebrews and being slaves, it's talking about being more like indentured servants and paying off their debt. So we have to look at the Bible, we have to look at the culture at the time, we have to look at the practices at the time to better understand what's actually being said in the Bible, because you have to remember, it wasn't written in English the first time around. Thanks for tuning in. That's my time for tonight. If you got something out of this, please share it with a friend. Follow our channel. Thanks.